My organization, because we just set up an only one institute on studies for the Mediterranean region countries in China. So I think I found my home, my family. So thank you very much. Today I want to take this opportunity to explain how can we cooperate and how can we together push ahead One Belt, One Road initiative, BRI, and how can we to enhance cooperation between China and the Mediterranean countries. So as you know, this suggestion, this initiative suggested by China, it's an opportunity for all the world, including the Mediterranean countries. These remarks I quoted from the President Xi Jinping, and he said in delivered speech of the report of the 19th Communist Party of China as the National Congress. So explaining why China will suggest BRI. I think this over the past 40 years, China witnessed significant progress, as you know. I think it's thanks to the opening and reform. I think BRI is the second round of reform and opening up to the outside world. Also, the second round of a more closer linking between China with the world since China joined the WTO in 2001. So those remarks showing that BRI is a strategy of China to develop ourselves, also to verify the visibility to the world outside. So since China initiated this suggestion, it is welcomed and embraced by the world. And also particularly the countries around the Mediterranean Sea, they welcome this suggestion. And different countries, they also gave their planning, their own development planning to connect with BRI, such as Egyptian, we can see as well-known as the seasick economy, and Oman is a Dugun special region. They call it Shenzhen of Middle East. Very clearly, they want to build another Shenzhen, the model Shenzhen of China city, because China initiated reform just beginning from Shenzhen. Also, Turkey, there's a planning of a central corridor based on its unique geographical position between China, between Asia and Europe. Israel also wants to be part of BRI. Greece, the first developed country in Europe, joined the BRI, and also he said he wants to be the entrance of China to the Europe. And also France, they have their own planning, Spain also. And Madrid is the destination of Madrid-EU Eurasian trading. And Italy also the first G7 member joined BRI. And those major projects, which one, the specific countries and government to want take opportunity of Chinese BRI. We can see from Greece to Egypt, Oman, Israel, France, Algeria, and Turkey. So I explaining or I give the story about through some examples how countries allow the Mediterranean to try to cooperate with China to make bilateral benefits. Of course, I think there's a problem, a thing we explaining. China's production supply is very enough. It's very enough for China. When I was chilled, most of the products we import from outside. By then, right now, more than 220 the main products China can make by ourselves. So China is the largest manufacturer in the world. Or we can say everything made in China. So there is Chinese oversupply. It's bad news maybe for China, but it's good news for the world, particularly for the countries, for military countries, for some developing countries. Because this oversupply can meet their demands, their needs. Most Mediterranean countries are developed countries rich with natural resources, but they need infrastructure and investments to boost the economy in a sustainable way. So I think China's production capacity can meet a lot of demands from those countries, no matter high-end or middle end or lower end. Anyway, I think any product supply is necessary, is needed, is wonderful. So China has so different kind of product supply. I think we can give a very opportunity, very choices can be decided by the countries. And some stories, some example for example, Greece. BRI, revived this old part. Greece maritime shopping industry is top notch, and cooperation with China led a permanent achievement. As you know, Piraeus container port received better manager and expansion of the China Ocean Shipping Company, COSCO, took it over 2008. In the beginning, this seaport it's a very, very bad situation. But after cooperation with China, it's a significant change. Its global ranking jumped from 93 to 32 in the past 11 years. A very big change. And also there are 15 routes connecting Mediterranean countries and expanding to the outside world. And it also brought Greece over 600 million euro and more than 10,000 jobs, but only 5 Chinese management. And in Spain, say, traveling from EU to Madrid took only 2 weeks with a new Eurasian railway or railroad, which covers 7 Spanish autonomous regions or communities. Aragon, this region exported more than 300 million euro to China with the railway in last year. And that's 3 times. The end of 2012, China became Spain's largest exporting destination, And also China invests almost totally $2.3 billion in Spain, including shipping, AI, 5G, 5th generation, smart cities, space travel, and biotechnology. In Israel, from the build up the seaport to the land rail, so many projects, and the huge and the largest project in the country. It has a very successful result with cooperation with China. So to save time, I didn't give more details about this part. And Egypt is very interesting. I make a very, very special interview to some projects of China there. For example, Zhejiang Basin, I come from Zhejiang, from Hangzhou. Zhejiang is the Jewish group. It's the largest fiberglass company in the world. Invest more than $600 million in 4 factories in Egypt. The annual output of 20,000 tons for glasses. The first for glasses factory in Africa, the largest one. They boast the local industry from upstream industrial kill the downstream industrial, downstream industrial. So I think this changed some part of Egypt, And 95% of Egyptian glasses projects are exported to Turkey. And this firm had created over 2,000 jobs, and 96% of works are Egyptian. And also 70% of management position are filled by Egyptian also. It provided a very quiet tax totally. And another thing, I described it as a new landmark Annuelle. You look, the tower is higher than the pyramids. Now, the Hufu pyramid more than almost 30 meters. So, Geruba Dam Company and the CLP group has built 500 kV electric grid overhaul. It's Egypt's largest electricity project. Very lines, connected 5 power stations and 10 transfer power stations, costing almost $800 million. This investment comes from GCC states. It addresses Egypt's electricity shortage and prepare for the country in the future to export electricity to the Middle East. And anyway, over the past 6 years, we had realized a very great achievements along the BRI countries. Anyway, we really did both the world's economy with leading a new form of globalization. There is a very wide participation. As you know, in Beijing, we have the 2 twins, the summit about the BRI. Here now, 126 countries and 29 organizations or groups join BRI. The principles of cooperation are enshrined by multilateral organizations such as the UN, and G20, and APEC. Many countries' economic strategies match the BRI, as I explained before. Over the past 5 years, there are more than 6 trillion in trade had reached between China and the BRI countries. And the Chinese capital was over $90 billion. And we also inked new contracts worth exceeding $600 billion. We had built almost 100 industry parks along the BRI countries. And also built up 1,239 new flight routes. It's almost 69.1% of total new flight routes, and generated multi-billion dollars in tax, and created over 1 million jobs. And also built infrastructure, including railways and highways, bridges, tunnels, then etc. So many things. I can tell you a story. For example, in Tajikistan, there's a mountain country. Before the Chinese firm in that country to build up the tunnels and 42 very difficult railways, the country was two parts in the winter, because by the snow, north and south. But after the building of the tunnels and the railroad, the country has been united for the first time. This is the remarks from their president. So, besides that, China also cultivated local talents with Chinese experts, training the local engineers, tell them how to manage and help them how to enhance their abilities. And also we just want to export some products and some equipments We want the local economy, they can make blood themselves. They can survive themselves. And also, over the past 6 years, we have some experiences and some inspirations. First, I think we should have clear vision. The central government should finish the top design, and the local government should enhance cooperation between the provinces and the different cities. Anyway, the firm, the company, they decide what they can do. Second one, through research, because this region, some of the Europe, Asian countries involved in conflict and the war, we should do some research before. So we should assign, and also how do you exit. For example, we visit our Chinese people from Libya, from Egypt, from Yemen. So we should do that, open eyes. 3, we should respect business and investments with the focus on transparencies and multi-benefits. And 4th, so many functions, so many parts could join together. State-owned companies, private sectors, joint ventures, and foreign investments. As I see this opportunity for all the world, not only for China, or not only for Morocco, for another single country. 5th, we should create jobs and develop talents for local people to build a symbiotic system with multi-benefits. Last one, Chinese companies very carefully to be respect religions, laws, culture, and the language, customs, traditions, benefits, pace, and efficiency. For example, most of Chinese work very hard. From the day to the night, they want to sleep, they want to rest, want to make big money. But in some place, they don't want too much money. I want to pray, I want to have rest, I want to take tea. So more and more Chinese companies realize there is a culture, there's customer. We have to respect. Of course, some places change the local customs. For example, the Jewish group in Egypt, in the Swiss region, the local people, they work hard like Chinese. Mostly, Mr. Yu, Yun, then Sun. I think it's to learn from each other, And also, we found that some bottlenecks, some difficulties deal with. From China, from the specific countries' central government. First thing, a shortage of local talents with technical skills who's capable of filling crucial position. We want to employ the local people, but there's still something not enough, not strong enough. The second one, investment regulation and labor regulation, not very good enough, not very friendly enough for Chinese firm, for Chinese investment. For example, Egypt reshuffled 3 times of investor law, but still not good enough. They want the lawmaker. They want, firstly, we want our people to make money, not Chinese investor. So I think this is not good. And in the beginning, Chinese firms go to the developed countries, the labor very cheap. But right now, more expensive. I think this costs too much for Chinese investment. So. And also, the developed countries' lack of infrastructure, relevant industries, lack of resources, surveillance services, and soft environment, not good. Also, the last one, there's an imbalance of economic structure. This is a problem of structure, So many countries, the structure of the economy very simple, unbalanced. So it's difficult for Chinese firms and the investment to do and to change in a short time. Finally, a conclusion, I think, between China and the military countries, we have very bright and rosy future to join together to jointly build BRI. The Mediterranean region is home to three major regional groups: European Union, Arab League, African Union, and also three great civilizations: West civilization, Islam civilization, African civilizations. And there are also some of the world's most active dominant economies with so huge population, so many resources, and so huge market, right? And also endless potentials. So I think these three groups, or countries from these three civilizations, they prepared to embrace BRI. For example, in EU, they published the Connecting Europe and Asia, we signed the EU Development Strategy, which was described by Financial Times as Europe's BRI, right? And 70 countries of the Arab League, Germany and Arabia, signed MOU of the BRI, acclaim it possesses world-changing potential. The last one, 37 countries of African Union signed MOU also with China. Thank you very much.